Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. This time we're going to have, it is important actually for us to understand the ethical and social issues related to information system. Now, in the past 20 years, now we have witnessed arguably one of the most ethical challenging periods for US and global business. Now, provides a small sample of recent cases demonstrated failed ethical judgment by senior and middle managers. And these lapses in management, ethical, and business judgment occurred across a broad spectrum of industries. In today's new legal environment, managers who violated the law and are convicted will most likely spend time in prison in U.S. federal sentencing guidelines, adopting in 1987 mandate that federal judge impose step sentences on business. No? So executive based on the monetary value of crime. No? Although in the past, business firms would often pay for the legal defense of their employee in civil charges and criminal investigations. Now firms are encouraged to cooperate with prosecutors to reduce charges against the entire firm for obstructing investigation. And these developments mean that more than ever, as a manager or an employee, you will have to decide for yourself what constitutes proper legal and ethical conduct. Although these major instances of failed ethical and legal judgment were not masterminded by Information Systems Department. Information systems were instrumental in many of these frauds. No? In many cases, the perpetrators of those crimes are artfully use financial reporting information system to bury their decisions from public scrutiny in the vain hope they would never be caught. Okay? Because again, ethics is refers to the principles of right and wrong that individuals acting as pre-moral agents used to make choices to guide their behaviors. Information system raise new ethical questions for both individual and societies because they create opportunities for intense social change and thus threaten existing distributions of power, money, rights, and obligation. Like other technologies such as steam engines, electricity and telephone, and the radio, information technology can be used to achieve social progress, but it can also be used to commit crimes and treat and cherish as social values. So the development of information technology will produce benefits for many and cost for others. Ethical issues in information system have been given new urgency by the rise of internet and e-commerce. Internet and digital firm technologies make it easier than ever to assemble, integrate digital technologies, make it easier than ever, of course, and protection of personal privacy and the protection of intellectual property. In the Philippines, we have Data Privacy Act of 2012, we have Cybercrime of 2012, and so on and so forth. Other pressing ethical issues raised by information system includes establishing accountability for the consequences of information system, setting standards to safeguard system quality that protect the system on the individual and society, and preserving values and institutions considered essential to the quality of life in an information society. When using information system, it is essential to ask
introduce
what is the ethical and social responsible course of action. And to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
So, thank you po din for introduction to introduce my presentation about the Chapter 4, the social and ethical concern relating to information system. So, to start, wait lang po. Nag-move yung slides ko.
Ayan, okay na po.
Okay, so to start, so at the end of this topic first is we understand the ethical and social issue relating to information system. Second is we learn about the principle of guide and ethical decision. And third is we also learn the challenges to the protection of individual privacy and intellectual property. And then for the last, we learn the information system, the law of quality of life. Next is To understanding ethical and social issue related to the information system. So the key factor here is the word ethics. So ethics are the standard for the good and bad people. So going about a good operator used to settle on decision to manage their conduct. So with ethics, this is our consideration. So this consideration or guidance natin when we make a decision. So ano ba yung right behavior? So what is right and wrong? So pagdating ng information system, so it raises new ethical question for both individual and society. So because of information system, so nag-create kasi siya ng mga opportunities na nagbo-brought ng intent in a social change. So ethical, social, and political issues are closely linked. So, introduction of new technology has ripple effect in the current equilibrium. So, because of this technology, it create new ethical, social, and political issue, which is kailangan siyang harapin ng isang individual in a social, in a political level. So, both social and political institute require time before developing new behavior, rules, and law. So, before pa magkaroon ng technology or ma-develop or ma-implement yung technology, so we have an existing rules and law. But pagdating ng technology, so nagkaroon ng pagbabago. So because of this new system, yung tinatawag nating technological system, so we need to create new rules and law to govern on that society. Next is to visualize and understanding this figure. So let's focus on the center, which is yung information technology system. So pagdating ng information and technology system, so nagkaroon ng issue. And hindi lang siya basta issue. And what is that issue? So ito yung ethical issue, social issue, and political issue. And who's affected those issues? So ito yung individual, society, and political, which is yung ating civil and yung ating rules and kung ano man yung rules na nag-govern or nag-exist. And because of this, nagkaroon din ng tinatawag na 5 moral dimension. So this 5 moral dimension, ito yung yung mga cause ng ethical and social and political issue. So when we say moral dimension, so ito yung nagiging aims or our reason to do something or take an action on something. So because of this issue, and sino yung naapektuhan niya, so nagpo-form ito ng 5 moral dimension na ito. So we need to set an information to right and obligation, and then to have a property rights and obligation, yung magkaroon ng proper system, quality system, and we produce a quality of life, and magkaroon ng responsibility or accountability to control the situation. Next is, so with the development of ethical, social, and political issue, what is the reason? So bakit nagkaroon ng ganitong klaseng issue? So in line with this, we have 4 technology trends. So ito yung nakatulong o nagkaroon ng social arrangement in law. So first is doubling the computer power. So this growing depends on a critical system, increase vulnerability to system error and poor data quality. So this this is development or pag-advance ng mga tinatawag nating computer processor. So because of this development o nagiging modern na yung ginagamit nating technology, so mas lalo pang nagiging in demand yung paggamit natin ng information system. Next is rapidly declining the data storage cost. So dahil dito, sa paglawak ng data storage technique, 'di ba, we have na cloud-based storage and may mga drive tayong ginagamit. So dahil dito mas accessible na or hindi natin sure kung meron na siyang issue pagdating doon sa privacy ng data ng isang individual or organization. Next is another key technology trends is networking advance and internet. So when it comes to networking, so ito yung kung saan yung data na you can access anywhere or kung ano man yung device na gamit mo. So with that, so mas nagiging convenience yung pag-access natin ng data. So nagiging issue din siya pagdating doon sa social and political concern. And then last is advanced in data analysis technique. So meron silang ginagamit na data analysis technology. So yung tinatawag nilang profiling and NORA, which is yung non-obvious relationship awareness, kung saan yung data ng isang individual is nako-connect nila yung mga information, and from that, so nalalaman nila yung profiling ng isang individual if it's criminal or terrorist. And then next is the basic concept of ethical analysis, which have a ethical analysis and candidate ethical analysis. So next is let's define first then ethical analysis. So the first step in ethical analysis is to identify and clearly describe the fact. Second is define the conflict or dilemma and identify the higher stakeholder. Third is identify the stakeholder, and the next is identify the option that you have a reasonable take. And then last step is to identify the potential consequence of your option. So with this ethical analysis, so from the word analysis, so ini-evaluate natin yung scenario. So with this 5-step procedure, nagiging useful siya para ma-determine or ma-analyze natin yung situation na makahanap tayo ng possible solution doon sa scenario and doon sa situation. And then also, nagiging guidelines natin siya when it comes in decision making. Next is the candidate ethical principle. So we also use this analysis in situation. First is the golden rule. So dito sa golden rules, we treat others on how you be treated. So dito, iniisip natin na or nilalagay natin yung ating sarili sa sitwasyon ng ibang tao. So from that, so makaka-reflect tayo. So let's say for example, masasabi natin paano kung nangyari sa akin yun. So with this, makakaisip tayo ng possible choice or proper choice when it comes on that scenario. Next is Immanuel Kant categories imperative. So according to him, wrong for individual is wrong for everyone. So dito naman, kinukonsider natin na kapag mali na siya from the very start or mali na siya sa isang individual, so bakit pa kailangan siyang spread kung mali na talaga siya? So from that, mabablock natin yung something wrong. And then next is Descartes' rule of change. So according to him, if an activity cannot perform repeatedly, it should not be performed at all. So according to him, when it comes to behavior, if the behavior is continue, it may first result a tiny alteration that is acceptable but eventually bring out an acceptable modification. So dito, kailangan ng total control. Next is utilitarian principle. So dito, kinukonsider natin ano yung mas practical. So tinitingnan natin dito, ano yung isang bagay na nagkukos ng higher value. And then next is risk-averse principle. So dito naman, tinitingnan natin yung loss and gain. So hahanapin or i-evaluate natin ano yung nawawala or mag-gain natin sa situation na yon. So from that, so makakapag-focus tayo doon sa course of action na dapat nating gawin para maiwasan yung political harm. And then last is ethical no free lunch rule. So assume that almost of tangible or intangible items are are the property or someone else. So nag-a-assume tayo na tangible or intangible man yung item, so meron siyang value sa ibang tao. So kung hindi naman natin siya binavalue, so binavalue siya ng ibang tao. So those are the code of ethics na dapat nating i-consider when it comes in evaluating and analyzing the situation. And then next is a challenge to the protection of individual privacy and intellectual property. So under this, information right, privacy and freedom in the internet age, and then and property rights of intellectual property. So first is let's discuss first the information right, privacy, and freedom in the internet age. So dito, we highly recognize or given importance yung tinatawag nating right of privacy. So right of privacy is the right of the person to be free from intrusion into the publicity concerning matter of a personal nature. So, itong right of privacy, hindi na daw 'to nangyayari sa totoong buhay or hindi nagmamanifest sa buhay ng isang tao, especially sa workplace natin. So, sa workplace natin, 'di ba meron ng privacy concerning pagdating doon sa high-tech surveillance cameras or surveillance method ng isang organization. So meron din ditong ini-introduce yung electronic monitoring, yung mga technology attendance checking. So with the issue of with the use of technology, yung mga attendance checking, so sa individual property rights at danger because information technology and networking make privacy invasion easy, affordable, and profitable. So, pinipresent nila na it's a part of technology and development ng isang organization. Pero yung information mo as an individual, ando na sa kanila. Like for example, yung pag-time in and pag-time out natin sa office gamit yung thumb mark mo. So, naka-register na agad doon yung thumb mark mo. So, identity mo yon, no? So, nasa kanila na yung information na yon. So next is there is a challenge pagdating doon sa privacy ng internet. So especially website. So website keep track of the person activity including their searches, the website and the pages they visit, the online matters they access, and the products they browse or buy. So nire-record lahat nare-record lahat or sinesearch natin sa mga website or kahit sa mga social media accounts. So nare-record yung mga pinupuntahan natin kung ano yung pinapanood natin, kung ano yung sinesearch natin or And usually, ginagamit din nila yon yung data na yon para mag-recommend ng same content. So, para you keep and engage doon sa internet. So, which is yung nagiging challenge doon is nagiging issue kasi siya kasi doon pa lang sa pagbabrowse mo, so kinukuha siya as a data no website. And then next is what is the property rights and intellectual property? So first is copyright. So a copyright is a legal right of an artist, literacy, and derivative of works of their own creation. So in general, a copyright can last up to 50 plus 70 years until after the original creation date. But here in the Philippines, the copyright ay tumatagal habang buhay pa yung may akda plus another 50 years after the death of the author or the artist. Next is patent. So we all know the patent is a grant for souls and to own an invention. So in the Philippines, the term of patent is protection is 20 years from the date of filing and it's not renewable. And then for the last is trademark. So trademark is a name, symbol, characters that identify the product. So it cannot be copied if the registered is properly. So in the Philippines, the period protection of the trademark is 10 years from the date of registration, and it's renewable for the period of 10 years of time. So next is the Philippine Government Agency. The Philippine government is protecting creative property by passing the laws of the Republic Act number 8293, which is known as the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines. So, IPOL as an act for prescribing the Intellectual Property Code and establish an Intellectual Property Office, providing for its power and function, and for other purposes. So it also contains the law of trademark, law of patent, law of copyright, and its provision. And then for the next one, the law established by Intellectual Property of the Philippines. So the government agency attached to the Department of Trade and Industry is in charge for registration of intellectual property and conflict resolution of intellectual property and intellectual property rights in the Philippines. So, and then also, they are also the government agency who responsible for the registration for the application of the trademark, patent, and the copyright. Next is, and then for the last part of this chapter is how the information system affect the law of establishing accountability, liability, and quality of everyday life. So, new information technology are challenging existing liabilities laws and social practice and holding individual and social accountable. So that's why we need to amend the laws and pass the new laws to protect our privacy. So in general, information system has a significant impact sa the law. So surrounding accountability and liability by introducing new challenges and opportunities in the various aspects of society. So from personal data protection to business practice. So because of this system, so naapekto na yung everyday quality of life ng isang tao. So in the way they access the information, communicate, and interact with the institution. So here as an example to illustrate this effect. So number one is social media and online communication. So ano ang impact nito sa law? So we all know the rise of social media platform and online communication has given a rise to concern about online harassment, cyberbullying, and hate speech. So as a result, a law of regulation has been enacted in many countries to address this issue in social media and online communication. So for instance, the law against cyberbullying and online harassment impose liability on individual who engage in the harmful online behavior. And then next is ano naman yung impact sa social media and online communication of quality of everyday life. So with the use of social media and online communication, so we have enabled people to connect across the world. So they have also introduced a challenge related to online behavior. So as a result, law aim at curbing negative online conduct aims to create a safer and more respectful online environment, enhancing the overall quality of digital interaction. And then another one example is e-commerce and consumer protection. So anong impact nito sa law? So So the growth of e-commerce and online transaction has necessitated the development of the law that protect the consumer in the digital market. So this law ensure that the consumer have an accurate information about the product and service, transparent pricing, and ability to make informed decision. And next is ano naman yung impact sa quality of life sa quality of life. So as we know it, sa information system have transformed. So the way the people shop and make a purchasing decision. So consumer now have an access to a wealth of information. So including product review, pricing comparison of the details specification. So with this, empower consumer to make more informed choice and foster health competition among the business ultimate improving the quality of product and service available to the public. And then in summary, so information system has reshaped the legal landscape by necessitating the creation of new law to address emerging challenges and opportunities. So this law, so in turn of influence the quality of everyday life, so by passing how individual interact with the technology, engage in online activities, and protection the rights and privacy. I think that would be all po. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much. No? Okay. Again, the field of information technology, okay.